students. So today I'm going to discuss with you about the locality of reference. So locality of reference is basically the whenever we have to deal with the data and from which location we need to assess my data is basically defined by the locality of reference. Okay, so we can read its definition from here. So it refers to a phenomenon in which the computer program tends to assess same set of memory location. So it is important here that there is a same set of memory location and same set of memory locations for a particular time period. In other words, a locality of reference refers to tendency of computer program to assess instructions whose address are near to one another. The property of locality of reference is mainly shown by loops and subroutine calls. So you know about the loops in a program, you know about the subroutine calls in a program. So for example, if there is a program for and it has a addition type of instruction, so all these type of instructions in a particular location of the memory. So this particular memory location can be assessed by the CPU, and it is managed by the memory management unit, that how to keep the data in a memory so that it can be accessed easily. Okay, so this is my CPU. Here it is my CPU. There is a register, there is a L1 cache, and there is a main memory, there is a cache memory, L2 cache, this is L2 cache. So from where the data can be assessed is maintained by the locality of reference. So here you can see that in case of the loops in a program control processing unit, repeatedly refers to set of instructions that constitutes the loop. For example, if there is a loop, if there is a program, and anywhere there is a delay program. Okay, so there is a delay program. So this delay program may be again and again asked by the CPU. Okay, in a particular program there may be many delay programs. There may be many kind of the programs which are asked by the CPU again and again. So this type of the reference in the memory are keep at one side. Okay, so that is a case of a loop programming. Okay, so in case of subroutine calls, every time the set of the instructions are fetched from the memory. So references to the data items also get localized. That means the same data item is referenced again and again. So if my delay is calling again and again, then what will I do? I will keep this delay in my cache memory. So this cache memory will be nearest to the CPU, and if any kind of the code is calling again and again, so I will keep it maximum near to the CPU. So we have already learned about the hierarchy of memory system. So we will just keep very near to the CPU so that it can access the data whatever is needed again and again. So the reference to data items also get localized. That means the same data item is referenced again and again. So the main memory will be searched for the required data or instruction that was being searched, and if found, it will go through one of the two ways. So point is this, that there is a hit and there is miss also. So if I found an address, if I need a data and I got this data from this cache memory, then it is a cache hit, and if I don't get this data in the cache memory, then it is a cache miss. Then it will after cache miss, it will go to the main memory, and then it will catch the data from here. So first way is that the CPU should fetch the required data or the instruction and use it, and that's it. But what when the same data or instruction is required again and again, CPU again has to access the same main memory location for it, and we already know that the main memory is the slowest to the access. So definitely what will we do here, if a data is needed again and again, so I will not go in that direction, and I will not try to access my main memory again and again, and I will keep this data, whatever the data in this memory, in this main memory, I will keep this data in my cache memory. Okay, The second way to store the data or instruction in a cache memory, so the same thing I have already explained you. So there are three locality has three properties. One is your temporal locality. So there are three types of the locality of reference. One is your temporal locality, and another is your spatial locality, and another is your sequential locality. So there is example also. There is a looping, which is in your temporal locality. So what happens actually in a memory system when the loop is there? So we may need, as I told you, that the example of delay program. So I may need, it may be needed again and again. So what will I do? I will keep my delay program nearby to my main memory code. Okay. So for example, if it is my main memory, it is my main program. It is my main program, and my delay program is here. So what will I do? I will keep it nearly. Okay. I will keep it near to the main memory if it is called again and again. Okay. Spatial locality is any algorithm is your spatial locality. So in that case, I don't need to put all the data nearby, and I can use the spatial locality, and I can access the data from another locations also. So any algorithm can maybe have one program may have many algorithms, and these algorithms can be accessed from different locations. So that may possible that one algorithm is here, another algorithm is here. So it is a spatial locality. Okay. Next is your sequential locality, and it is array. For example, array. Whenever you declare a array, then a sequence of memory is accessed. Okay. For example, A0, A1, A2. So a sequence of memory is there for the array. So A0, A1, A2, A3. Likewise, the sequential array, sequential locality is defined. Okay. So in temporal locality, a nearby location is given in the code, and in spatial locality, any algorithm can be stored at anywhere. In sequential locality, all the data will be stored nearby to the another location. So it's sequentially the data is stored in the memory. Okay. So these are the three types of the locality of reference. So enough for this lecture. So if you have any kind of problem and any kind of issue, you can ask me regarding locality of reference. It is very important topic because it is again used again and again in many different for example memory systems, for example cache memory systems, virtual memory systems and all. So we can use this type of the memory system at anywhere. Okay. So thank you for this lecture. In my next lecture I will discuss with you cache memory.